Hello, my name is Meidina Ulfah. My SID 311-19-100, class 314A01. This is my advanced listening mid-test project. We tell audio from part A, B, and C. Audio part A tells about violence on television that might affect people's behavior. One of the concerns is that the viewers might imitate the aggressive act. Some programs shows violent acts and even on children programs, and of course this is dangerous for them because they might copy the actions. Violent TV might make people less sensitive to the effects of violence and no longer be shocked by violent acts. But some people don't believe that violence on television have harmful effects. Many terrible acts of violence occur long before television. People can tell the difference between television and real life. They unlikely imitate violent acts, unlikely less sensitive to violence in real life, and parents are not able to prevent the children from watching violent television. People who have aggressive personality might affect their behavior after watch violent acts on television. Violence on television does contribute to aggressive behavior in everyday life. The issue about violence on television is difficult because it is conflict between public safety and individual freedom. Some people feel violent television should be restricted because it might harmful effects on society, but other people feel individuals should be free to watch the programs that they like. Audio part B tells about a tourist girl in Singapore who talks about differences between public art from art in a museum or gallery. She can find public art everywhere, such as MRT stations. She can find a new piece every time she gets off in a new station. One thing that she noticed is that the material is extremely different because it has to be able to withstand the weather, so that might be made of something a bit more solid and permanent. Public art also has the ability to be site-specific, which is either relevant to the space or can tell something new about it. So it means every time we look at a space and there's an artwork, we might notice something new, different, or fun about it. As long as she walks in a city center or in a heritage site like Kampung Glam, Little India, or Chinatown, she can find sculpture, mural, and painting. Next, she tells about Fernando Botero's butt, a giant butt and its site on the edge of the Singapore River. People reacted in quite different ways because they think why there is a butt at the edge of the river. Then she tells that the butt represents peace and prosperity. Next, she discovered the sculpture made by Chang Fa-Chang, one of the Singapore pioneering sculpture. It was made in year 2018. The sculpture captures memories of the artist. Then she tells the details of the sculpture. It is a very dynamic piece of work which is quite different from the structures that we see from other public arts. Audio part C tells about a girl named Emily Newhall, and she speaks about American beauty standards. She said we view our body constantly changing and it's different for every person. She was lucky enough that she was skinny enough to not to have negative thought about her body. But when she was in the middle school, she thought that she was skinny. Later, she realized that her body was not desirable. Quite confusing. Everyone has a perception of their own bodies. Good, bad, confident, insecure. Society was what shapes these views. And they are almost entirely perpetuated through the media. The images and representation that girls view from the very young age begin to shape their views on what is ideal or what they should look like. These images often lead to extremely negative effects. When we don't value our bodies for what they provide us, but instead what they look like, we begin to treat them poorly. She thinks most people take their bodies for granted. That's all for me. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching and have a good day, everyone.